Yeah. Uh, Voltage source shifting and current source shifting is what we are looking at. Fine. Let me tell you just once again that voltage source shifting and current source shiftings are required when the transformation of sources is not possible. Okay, so we have to shift the source so that the transformation becomes possible. How the transformation is becoming possible here? See, as it is, the resistors R1 and R2 are not in series with V. So what we need to do, we need to shift this voltage source in such a way that this R1 and R2 would become the series resistance with these voltage sources. So one voltage source would become two voltage sources. But from here on, if we work, okay, the size would certainly be reduced. Okay, so the transformation was not possible, so we thought of shifting it so that the transformation of source become possible. Similarly here, R1, R2, R3, there are no voltage sources, or this voltage source is there but there is no resistance in series with this. So that's why we need to shift it in such a way that these resistors would come in series. Okay, so that I can transform this now. Okay, so similarly we have current shifting also. For current source to be shifted, for current source to be transformed, there should be a resistor in parallel with this. That's not happening, so shift it in such a way that the resistors would come in parallel with that, and hence the transformation would also become possible. There is another way. See, this is good. Everybody just try look at this. Suppose we have resistors like this, four resistors connected in this fashion. Okay, let me name this as A, B, C, and D, and say there is a current source which is connected here. There is a current source which is connected here. Okay, this current source can be transformed now, but just for the sake of transfer, for shifting, to learn shifting, this, see, there is a current I. Say this is, there is current I moving from C to D, right? There is a current source moving from C to D. Everybody understand that? So what we can do instead is this. Suppose say this is R1, R2, R3, and R4. So what we can do here is this. There is a current source shifting from C to D. There is a current I flowing from C to D, right? So the same can be done like this. It's not an efficient way of dealing with the circuit, but this is possible, is what I'm telling you. Okay, the A, B, C, D. There is a current source moving from, there is current I moving from C to D. Okay, so let's do this here. So for that to happen, we can rather plan our shifting like this. This is not efficient, this is inefficient, I'm telling you. But this is possible. Why? So this is fine. These are all I's. There was a current moving from C to D earlier. Now what did we do? The same current source I shifted across all these resistors. What happened now? See, the current source, instead of going directly from C to D, it first goes from C to B, from B to A, and now from A to D. So that means now it is the same current is moving from C to D, but in other direction using the three current sources. So this is possible, is what I'm trying to demonstrate. Fine. Yes, I agree. This is not an efficient way of dealing with the circuit, but shifting can also be done like this. Okay. So you will not be coming across these type of cases, but yes, these cases, this first case, what I have explained, okay, is efficient in the further steps. So we shall take such problems and we shall understand how this actually is useful. So let's go with the problems directly. Everybody take the problems. problems on shifting now. First one, using source shifting bar transformation. Everybody take down this. Using source shifting bar transformation, source shifting just slash transformation. This is how the question would be given. Find voltage Vx. Okay, the circuit is here. Okay, this is the circuit. Everybody just copy down the circuit. Okay. So this the Vx is here. They have given us the voltage Vx. They mark the voltage Vx here. So what you have to do is you have to find out this voltage Vx. What is voltage Vx? Vx is the voltage that is dropping across 5 ohms. So that you need to find out by source shifting and transformation. So you have to use source shifting and transformation. Whereas you can also use mesh analysis and node analysis for this. But you're not supposed to use mesh analysis or node analysis. At max, you can apply KCL or KVL. You can apply KCL or KVL at the end. But you should not use mesh analysis or node analysis. Let me tell you, mesh analysis is not just applying KVL. Okay, but it is marking the mesh currents, then applying the KVL. That you're not doing here. You're not marking any mesh currents, not marking any node voltage, so that you will go with node analysis. Okay, you can apply KVL or KCL at the end. Okay, not in the initial steps. That is what shifting and transformation means. Okay, there is a voltage source here. There is a voltage source. Okay, so if you have to transform, you have to transform only this. For this to be transformed, there has to be a resistor in series with it. Is there a resistor in series with 2 volts is the question. Okay, is there a resistor in series with 2 volts? Is there a resistor in series with 2 volt source? If it is there, shifting is not required. If it is not there, the shifting is required so that the transformation becomes possible. So let me say no here. The answer is no. There is no resistor in series with 2 volt source. Why I'm looking at that? I'm looking at that because if there is a resistor in series with this 2 volts, then only this can be transformed. Otherwise, no. So how can I do that? Okay, everybody see this. Yeah, let's do this. First, in the solution, shift 2 volt source as following. We have to shift because without shifting, transformation is not possible. So let's shift it before transforming. Okay, so how can shift this? Everybody look at this. Everybody look at this. See, this end is there, right? This end is there. Let's just mark those ends. Okay, let me say this just for your reference. Okay, the red mark, in red color, what I'm doing is just for your reference. Let's say this is A, this is B, and this is C. See, A is connected with point A is connected with positive sign, whereas C is connected with the negative sign. This has to be uh, taken into account. This point A has to be connected to positive, C has to be connected with negative. Okay, so we have to shift it in such a fashion. Everybody look at this. Just remember that rule and look at this, what I'm doing. Just look at this. Don't write anything because you'll not understand if you miss this. This is 2 ohms, 1 ohm, 2 ohm, and 5 ohms. Here is your Vx. You're not supposed to lose 5 ohms. Okay. Now, what I'll do is this. What happens? This is A. Okay. This is B. A has to be connected with positive and C has to be connected with negative. That is taken care of. This is 1, 2 volts. But there is another 3 ohms here. See here? There is a 3 ohm here, which we are not supposed to forget. 3 ohms. Just extend this here. So see, this point and this point are the same earlier because that is A. So which means that this is also A, this is also A. Where is A connected? A is connected to the positive polarity of 2 volts. So this A is connected to positive polarity of 2 volts, but this also has to be connected to positive polarity of the 2 volts. So let me do that. So now that is also connected to positive polarity of 2 volts. Now what should happen to this negative polarity? See, the C is connected to negative of 2 volts. So that's why this has to be brought down and connect to this point C. These are all point C's. Is everybody okay with this? I just split this. I just split this. Okay. So this point is also here. 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 Okay. So instead of one, you will have two 2 volts sources now. Now, what is the advantage with doing this? By doing this, see here, you have this 2 volts in series with 3 ohms and this 2 volts in series with this 2 ohms. Now, what is the advantage? We can go for transforming this. As it is, the transformation was not possible. We shifted this first so that the transformation becomes possible. So this is how the things are. So I hope everybody understood this. So from here on, what has to be done? Now, see, you have this 3 ohms and 2 volts, right? You have this 3 ohms and 2 volts. So these are between which 2 points? These are between points Vx, the node Vx and node C. Understand that? So this can be written in a more simpler way. So everybody see this, what I do. Everybody just observe. Okay. So this is 2 volts, 2 ohms, 1 ohm, 2 ohms, and 5 ohms. Here is your Vx. Okay. So what is this? These are point C's. See here, this is C, C, and C. So this 3 ohms in series with 2 volts is between Vx and C. So instead of connecting it like this between Vx and C, I'll connect it between Vx and C in this path. Okay. So that it becomes easier to look at. See here, there is a resistor, there is a voltage source between Vx, the point Vx, this node, and see what is this? This is 3 ohms. This is a voltage source 2 volt. Now, where should be the polarities? The minus should be with C, the plus should be with voltage Vx. So, see here, this circuit now has reduced to this circuit. What is the advantage? Advantage is now you have a resistor in series with these voltage sources. Resistors in series with these voltage sources. So, these voltage sources can now be converted into the current source. Transformation is conversion of current into voltage or voltage into current. Now, let's say since there are resistors in series with the voltage sources, both the voltage sources can be transformed into current sources. Okay, let's say that transforming, you can leave space if you have not taken down, you can leave space and you can just start copying from here on. Okay, I wanted you to concentrate on this, that's why I didn't want you to write. If you have not written, you can copy it down later. Anyways, I'll be uploading the video soon after my class. Okay, transforming the voltage sources into current sources. What happens? Everybody look at this. The voltage source would become a current source. Since positive sign is at the top, it would be flowing upwards. The resistor which was in series with the voltage source would come in parallel with the current source. So this is how that looks like. Then you have another resistor here, a resistor here, a resistor here. Okay, then this, then this. I have transformed the other 2 volts also. You have to just fill in these. Fill in these, everybody. Let's see. Everybody do it yourselves. This is a current source, current flowing upwards because the positive sign is at the top. So everybody do this. So these resistors, the earlier resistors would be there as it is. This 2 ohms, 1 ohm, and this 5 ohms would be there as it is, and this Vx has to be intact because this is what we are finding. So when we are finding out Vx, you're not supposed to lose 5 ohms. So that you need to remember. Okay. So what is this current source now? Current is equal to V by R. V is 2. So it is 2 by 2. So it is 1 amp. Okay. So 2 ohms in series would become 2 ohms in parallel with the current source. Similarly, what is this current source? This current is V by R. 2 by 3. Okay. Let that be 2 by 3 only. Understand that? Let that be 2 by 3 amps only. Otherwise, we'll be approximating the current. What would this resistor be? This resistor would be 3 ohms. Everybody understand that? Now, this 2 ohms and these 2 ohms are in parallel. You can combine these. You can combine these two because they are in parallel. But you cannot combine 5 and 3. Though they are in parallel, we cannot combine that in this particular problem. Why is it? Why is it? That is because we are asked to find out Vx. If we combine 5 and 3 ohms, you will lose Vx. You will lose Vx. You will lose Vx, or you will that this is the voltage which is dropping across 5 ohms, right? So if you lose 5 ohms, you're losing Vx. So we can come to that conclusion. So what we can do is we can combine these two, but cannot combine 5 and 3 ohms. Okay, so you can make a note here if you want. Note. What is that note? Just for your reference. Okay. Combine two parallel to, but don't combine 5 parallel 3. Why we are not combining 5 parallel 3? Reason for this. Okay. 5 ohms has to be there. till the end. We're not supposed to lose that because we are asked to find out Vx till then, as Vx has to be found out. Understand this point, everybody? So you have to keep this in mind. So before we do anything, what is asked and why we are doing that is something that you need to remember. Fine. So what we'll do is this. Everybody just take it down. So this 1 ampere would anyways be there with current flowing upwards. This is 1 amp. Fine. So this 2 and 2 ohms in parallel would become 2 parallel 2 would become 1 ohm. Fine. Then you have 1 ohm here, 5 ohms, 3 ohms, and this. Is this okay with you, everybody? Now this is 1 ohm, 5 ohms, 3 ohms, and 2 by 3 amps. Okay, so Vx is here. We are finding out Vx. Now what we can do is, see here, if these two have to come in series, suppose, what we can do, if these two have to come in, they are not in series now. These resistors are not in series. For these two to be in series, this has to be converted into a voltage source. Is this possible to be converted into voltage source? Yes, because there is a resistor in parallel with this current source. Okay, so let's go back and transforming 1 amp source. How does it look like? Everybody just see this. So this is a long cumbersome method, but this is we are learning a method, right? So we have to understand that this is possible. So plus minus will be a resistor in series. Okay, so these two are used. So 1 ampere has to be becoming one what voltage source. So what is voltage? So V is equal to IR. So it's 1 into 1. V is equal to IR. So V is equal to IR. So it is 1 into 1. So what it would be? It would be 1 volt. So this is 1 volt. So this 1 ohm would come in series with 1 volt. So there is another 1 ohm now. Okay, so this is how this circuit is going to look like. So you should see that the circuit size is reducing in each step. Okay, so that has to be looked at. This is 3 ohms, 5 ohms. Fine. So this is how the things are. Now these two are in series. 1 ohm and 1 ohm are in series. So combining that, this circuit would look like what? This circuit would now look like this. Plus minus, this is 1 volt. 1 ohm and 1 ohm in series would become 2 ohm. 5, 3, and 2 by 3 amps. This is 5 ohms, 3 ohms, and 2 by 3 amps. So here is your Vx. What can I do further? If we have to reduce the size of the network, what can I do further? See here, I have to reduce the size of the network or the circuit. What can I do? So transform that 1 volt source back to current source. Transforming 1 volt source. So how does it look like now? So if you transform that, it is going to become this. current source. This is how the circuit is going to look like. Okay, so this is the current which is flowing upwards. What is this current now? 1 volt in series with 2 ohms. So I is equal to V by R. V by R means it is 1 by 2 amps. V by R. Understand this? Now this is 2 ohms, 5 ohms, 3 ohms, and 2 by 3 amps. We are not supposed to lose 5 ohms because there is Vx dropping across that. Now see how beautifully the circuit has come. What is that? All these are in parallel now. All these branches are in parallel. So these two current sources are in parallel. Okay, these two all the resistors are in parallel. Let's not combine all the resistors. Let's keep this 5 ohms as it is. So what would this become? What would this become? See here, you will have a current source. You will have a resistor, and you will have resistor 5 ohms. Here, this is 5 ohms. Okay, and here is your Vx. What is this? This is 2 parallel 3. What would this be? It would be 6 by 5, which is 1.2 ohms. You have 1.2 ohms here. And what is this current source? What is this current source? This current source is 1 by 2 amps plus 2 by 3 amps. What would this be? This would be 7 by 6 amperes. This is 1 by 2, mind you. This is 1. So it would be 7 by 6 amps. What is that we are asked to find out? We are asked to find out this Vx. Okay. So how can I find out Vx across 5 ohms is the question. Now, what would you do to find out Vx? So now we can apply KCL here. Here we are finding out Vx, right? So what is the voltage here? Here also it is voltage Vx. So you can say this is node X. Okay. So KCL at node X. What would that be? That would be KCL at node X. There are two currents leaving. So Vx by 1.2 is leaving plus Vx by 5 is leaving and 7 by 6 is entering. Okay, so from this, if we find out Vx, it would turn out to be this. Vx equal to 1.13 volts. So this is how I can find out Vx by shifting as well as by transformation. Why shifting had to be done? Because as it is, the transformation was not possible. So we shifted this in such a way that the transformation becomes possible. And from this circuit on, we have solved it in such a way that it would become this. Get that point, everybody? So this is how the things are. So here in this problem, what is being asked is you have to find out voltage V, okay, by shifting or transformation. There is a voltage source as well as a current source. Shift this voltage source. Everybody understand that? Shift this voltage source as we have seen earlier. Okay, do that and get voltage V, and answer, you can take down the answer. The answer is 3 volts. V is equal to 3 volts. Fine.